Right, cool. Awesome, one person. Cool. This next guy coming up, I believe it's his first time here. First time ever?
Nope.
Not first time ever. Is it first time here?
Nope.
Fuck! Guys, I do too many drugs. All right, put it together for Nick Guest.
It's always good to know I make an impression. I've never, ever seen a football game in its entirety in my life. People look at me like I'm fucking crazy when I say that. But I was reading something the other day that made me feel really good. They did this study, and they found that 80% of America, or 80% of Americans, believe in a personal God. That means an actual day-to-day deity that cares and takes an interest in the comings and goings of their lives. And that really made me feel good, because I learned that I'm smarter than 80% of America. And that's really good information to have. But on a down note, they did another study where they tried to figure out what groups of people Americans find most and least trustworthy. Groups of people like Christians, Jews, Muslims. And you know who came in dead last? My people, atheists. And I can't really say I was surprised, but what did surprise me was who beat us out. Who Americans think is just a little more trustworthy than atheists? Rapists. That's true. Americans think rapists are more trustworthy than atheists. So essentially that means that I could forcibly sodomize somebody behind a 7-Eleven, but if I found God while I did it, most of this country would just consider that a wash. They'd be like, oh, walk it off, Jamie, something good came of it. And it also makes me wonder, because in this country, if someone goes to prison, it's just kind of assumed that that person is going to get raped. And as a society, we've decided we're okay with that. Like, we just consider the rape part of the punishment. Like, well, if you didn't want to take that dick, you shouldn't have nicked that old lady's purse. And I'm not here to make a judgment as to whether or not that's right or wrong. But I think if we're gonna assume and just be okay with somebody getting raped, shouldn't they be allowed to just take all that dick up front and go home? Like, shouldn't the judge give them the option to just lean over the desk right there, line a bunch of dudes up behind him, have them bite down on a belt and think of England? I think they should, because if nothing else, court TV would be way more exciting and I'd probably watch it. So, recently, I've been reading way too much lately, they found the skull and bones of a young girl in the remains of Jamestown, which was the very first of the American colonies. And they were able to determine by the nicks and cuts that the very first white settlers of America were forced to resort to cannibalism. And not just casual cannibalism, like a nip here and a flank steak there. No, they discovered that they chopped this bitch's head open and ate her brains when they were done with the other sweetmeat. So it turns out not only can we not trust the news anymore, but Return of the Living Dead was a fucking documentary. And I really think that I'm upset with my third grade history teacher, because I think she left some shit out. Because they talk about the first Thanksgiving and the settlers and the Native Americans, and I think we all know how that meal ended now. Because, I mean, you look around, you don't see that many Native Americans anymore, and us white guys are getting fatter and fatter. So if you do the math, it's become a dream of mine. I want to steal the Mona Lisa, and then I want to beat somebody to death with it, violently, just so I can see them put it in one of those little evidence bags and hold it up in court and be like, Exhibit A, the Mona Lisa. And I gotta say, I'd do the time. I wouldn't take all the dick. Not because I'm afraid of ass play, not at all, but my day job sucks. I need a fucking vacation. So, I was watching my wife get out of the shower the other day, and I looked at her for a moment, and I thought, wow, she looks good. She is really hot. And I had this odd sensation. I thought, just for a split second, I wish she could be even more naked than that. And then I thought about it for a second, and went, that's fucking disgusting. Because that would be a pretty fucked up fetish to have. Because I don't care how sweet a fat ass looks. It's a lot like an action figure. The value goes way down when you break it out of the package. But, you know, I think I could be okay with it if you picture it all glistening and whatnot. And I don't know, maybe you think I'm a pervert, but I think I'm a patriot, like our founding fathers. Thank you. I'm NickTososjan.